So this is the last video for tonight, I promise. If you've seen me on the other two videos, I apologise in advance. But I just wanted to put this out there. Increasingly on social media, specifically Facebook, which I'm most active on, I see a lot of people talk about giving up and they're tired of the crap and whatever it may be. I saw just this weekend massive losses and people getting hit hard in races. And I understand that it can get to you. But you know what? You've got to look at what you're doing it for. So within the pigeon game, and life in general, it doesn't have to just be regarding pigeons. It can be anything. If you're going through rubbish, if you're tired of the crap, if you are sick of people or life or your life or what you're doing, then as somebody that's been knocked back and had more deals go wrong and crap happen to him than I care to remember, let me tell you now, the only guaranteed way of succeeding is by never giving up. I've seen, unfortunately, in the last 3 or 4 months, some really good flyers give up because for whatever reasons. And it's sad to see. Changing your mindset, and again, this is not for everybody. This video, some people might just dismiss as wishy-washy, mumbo-jumbo. I don't. I believe, personally, your mindset is the biggest thing going. And building up a resilience to stuff that goes on in your life or your hobby or your business or whatever it may be is critical to keeping going. The only good thing that I can take out of all of my ups and downs in life and business over the last 25 years is that the sheer amount of stuff I've had happen to me has made me one of the most resilient guys you will ever meet. I've had people tell me after some pretty dismal outcomes with regards to life and business. I've unfortunately been divorced. I've had 3 fiancés. I've had successes and I've had businesses fail. I've had all kinds of stuff going on. The only good thing is that resilience that I've got from all of that stuff happening. And despite, only last week did I decide that a deal that I've been working on for 12 months, 12 hard months of working on one deal, one big deal to be fair, but one deal, and a hell of a lot of money that went into it. I only came to the realization last week that this wasn't going to happen. And it really was a kick in the balls, if I'm honest. And it changed a lot of my plans moving forward. It's made me have to change a few things. But here's the thing. In the space of a week, I've done it. I've got the plans readjusted. And I'm on it. And nothing's going to stop me until I get where I want to get. I got a hell of a lot of ideas in the racing pigeon game that I want to get involved in, that I want to do. And I'm not saying I know exactly what it is yet, but I'm not going to stop until I get where I want to be. And the same for you. If you are tired of the crap, I mean, I've had, it's about 4 months now I've been back involved in this game. I've had the haters. They've actually calmed down a bit. I'm expecting a new wave. I've had the trolls and the haters, as I call them. They've calmed down. They seem to have gone and, well, maybe they're brewing underneath, but they seem to have calmed down. But you know what? They don't bother me. It's just part of it. Anyway, it puts themselves out there like I'm doing, and that has got the life stories I've got is bound to get them. But I just wanted to say that I've seen a lot in the last 2 months specifically. Seen a lot of people talking about giving up with the pigeons. I've seen some people being made redundant. I've seen people have some really crap times. And my key advice, for what it's worth, and the only qualification that I've got to talk about this, like I said, is my own life. And with the knockbacks, the knockdowns, the crap I've had, I'm still here, still fighting, and I've got a plan, and I am sticking to the plan, and nothing will stop me until it happens, whether it takes 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. You've got to set the goal and keep going until you do it. And the only way you can ever fail is if you give up. And I'm not about to do that. Like I said, I've had a few people tell me that they would have given up a long time ago. It's not in my DNA. It's never going to happen. And if you're watching this, feeling a bit crappy at the moment about whatever it may be in life, and you've got some hassles, like I said, you're watching a man that has been divorced. He was divorced when his kids were just 2 and 6. I've had bankruptcy. I've lost millions. It's cost me relationships. It's cost me a bunch. But I'm still here. And aside from serious ill physical health, I've pretty much experienced it all. And the only way, I know deep down where I am meant to be. And if it, like I said, if it takes me a year, it takes me 5, 10 years, then that's just the way it is. It'll happen. And if you're watching this and you're feeling crappy yourself, then my advice to you is remember what you're doing it for, who you're doing it for, and keep going. Because that's the only way you'll ever fail, is if you just give up. Set some goals, make sure they're realistic, and keep going no matter what. That's my advice for what it's worth. It's not necessarily pigeon related, it could be anything related. But if you're there's a saying, if you're going through shit, carry on. Who wants to stay in shit? And if you've got problems, move past them. Times change, things change all the time. 2 years ago, I mentioned it on here before. 2 years ago, I was the worst time of my life, verging on being suicidal, not in a good place at all. I'm lucky now, because if I look back to 2 years ago, I now have a amazing partner who's fully supportive. It's the first woman I've been with that actually seems to get me. And I'm a hell of a lot better off than I was back 2 years ago, despite whatever knocks I've had in the meantime. I've got some really exciting plans within the pigeon game, and over a period of time I'm going to be implementing them plans. And just Racing Pigeon International, Racing Pigeon Network is the very beginning of those plans. I've got a lot that I want to do. I want to do as much as I can to revolutionise and bring this sport forward. And not just worldwide, I'm going to be focusing on the UK. It's UK and Ireland need a big push to demonstrate just how kick-ass these birds that we've got here are. And it's I was only speaking to an Irish fly today. He's got some amazing birds, and some of those birds fly the best, the hardest you've ever seen, and that needs putting out there. And like people are saying on here, it can be hard. It's a hard sport, this is. And there's some idiot people in it, but equally there's some really nice people, and I've met some of those really nice people, and it's a privilege to now speak to so many people on any given week who are really good. I've got a lot of people that I even have people that didn't necessarily like me initially. I actually had some people that I was that were quite negative towards me, but weirdly they are now friends with me. So there you go. It's funny how things turn out. But yeah, that's my advice. If you're going through crap, keep going. Stick to the goal, stick to the reason, know the reason you're doing it, and keep going no matter what. I'm just trying to find some comments. Never give up. If you fail, try, one day you will succeed. Indeed, Christopher Jones. It was interesting to see the response, Christopher, you had to the advert about getting people to help you out with your loss. That surprised me, the amount of people that wanted to get involved. That's really good to know. So yeah, that's it really. As I say, not necessarily pigeon related, but it is about it. It can be applied to it, because I've got some goals within the sport and the game, and I'm going to be making sure that I do them no matter what happens. Thank you for watching, and I'm always here. I'm around. I'm busy as anything at the moment. I'm really busy with my main... I'm busy with my main business. I've got a lot going on with that. Like I say, I'm having to change a few things as well. But I'm always here if anybody wants to chat. Because, like I said, aside from serious physical health, I've pretty much experienced most of life. And I'm always here if anybody needs it. Let's see what Christopher's just said. I think if Mark Evans ends up having an entire clearance sale, I think that alone will put the UK on the map. Interesting point, Christopher. Interesting point. I see he's selling his house. That would be a hell of a sale to promote the UK, wouldn't it? A hell of a sale indeed. Good point there, Christopher. And I think we need more stuff like that. We need more stuff. Great support from the RPRA. Good. Ian Evans is a great guy. Ian Evans is a really good guy. I just worry that what he wants to implement will be poo-pooed at, not board, what they call it. Well, I call it board level, but the 22 at the top. I worry that that's the problem he's got. So, yeah. But there we go. That's the last live video you're going to see from me today. Thank you for watching. Check out my other live videos. I'm offering 2 free websites to someone who wants to get their exposure of their own lofts and what they're doing up and running. And I'm also floated out on my last video the idea of a truly global, free, digital-based Racing Pigeon magazine that is translated into at least 10, if not 12 languages around the world. Check out those. And if you want to see me talk, if you want to see me when I go live on Facebook, just subscribe so it tells you when I'm online. Thank you for watching. Have a good day, rest of your day, and I will catch you soon.